the age of 20, 21, 22, if somebody starts a business, even they feel they have an entire life to recover it and entire life to maybe try better things. They are going to become a wonderful businessman and entrepreneurs. So to be an entrepreneur, one thing is very, very important. There should be amalgamation of three factors. That's what we call, one is called expertise. Very, very important. Okay. Whenever you call yourself, okay, I always say one thing, okay, you deserve to dream, please. We should dream what we can maybe deserve, what we have as a capability. So one thing is very important, just it is not dreaming about something. I want to be a billionaire, but I don't work hard. I don't have any knowledge. I want to be a wonderful share trader. I want to produce a product, okay, I want to produce a product which nobody can do it, like Tesla. Okay, I want to make something better than others. But unless you don't have that kind of skill, expertise in that area, you cannot do it. Please understand. Today market is very, very vast, but it requires high level of expertise in that particular area. So one level of technical knowledge, how to understand, how to go for entrepreneurial requirement, incubation, okay, all those kind of areas you should have a knowledge. Second, very importantly, what we call it as creative thinking ability is important. Unless you are not creative, unless you are not able to make something different, okay, you cannot really maybe become an entrepreneur. You'll turn as just a businessman. Okay, 10 shops are there, you're also going to start another business, you'll also become one among them. There is nothing called as entrepreneur there. Third, very, very important, you need to have that kind of motivation. Inner, maybe what we call it as our intrinsic motivation is very, very important to turn somebody as an entrepreneur. What makes a big difference between a producer, businessman and entrepreneur? When we talk about somebody called as a producer, for example, a farmer produces the tomato. Okay, he grows a tomato. Okay, just that is what we can expect from the farmer. Okay, but somebody as a maybe retailer or maybe like a wholesaler, he is going to buy the tomato from that particular person for 10 rupees per kg. The producer is going to get only 10 rupees. The businessman, what he will do, he will keep that same 10 rupees, he will buy it and he will sell it for 15 rupees. He will make a 5 rupees profit. Good. He is called as a businessman. Who is an entrepreneur then? The same person who just buy that same tomato, crush it, smash it, okay, and make it as a tomato ketchup. The same 1 kg of a tomato, he will turn it as a tomato ketchup and sell it for 120 rupees in the market. He is called as an entrepreneur. Are you able to get the point? That is what we require in today's world today. One thing you need to understand as a young people, invention is quite difficult for an individual person like you and me. A big company is maybe like a Mercedes-Benz or maybe Coke or maybe like a Bosch or maybe like you consider as a General Motors or Toyota or maybe Tesla. For them only invention is becoming quite difficult. The entire world is towards the innovation. Please understand. Innovation is a key today. From the hairpin till the aeroplane, everything is invented. So entrepreneurs should focus on innovation. That is very, very important. Okay. Whatever we have today, how can we improvise it? That is very important. We had a car from how many years? Okay. We had a car from how many years? Maybe for more than maybe 60 years or 70 years we are seeing the cars. But what is the innovation happening in that? Okay, we have flight. But today what exactly maybe Boeing as a company is doing in the changes? That is called innovation. In terms of product, in terms of services. Are you able to get the point? What makes the difference between other airlines and Indigo? Why Indigo is able to manage in India compared to any other airlines? They have controlled the cost. How they have controlled the cost? Okay, they are able to manage the vast maybe services, better routes. Are you able to get the point? That is what we call it as innovation. So that is also going to always benefit as entrepreneurs. Okay. So whenever we call it as innovation and creativity, both are different. Everybody, whoever is a creative cannot be innovators. And
Sir,
whoever is
sir,
innovator,
1 second. Sorry to interrupt, sir. Srinivas, sir, 1 second. Hello, sir. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, our principal, sir, Dr. Nagraj Shenoy, sir, has joined us. Sir, welcome you, sir, for this session. Hearty welcome for this session.
Welcome in the beginning itself. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome, sir. Thank you very much.
Also, my hearty welcome to Professor Gurnath, sir, our IQAC coordinator. I forgot to mention in my previous welcome note. Gurnath sir, welcome you sir for this session. Yes sir, over to you sir, Srinivas sir.
Yeah, thank you sir, thank you for maybe like joining us. Okay, yes, when I was talking about innovation, please, everybody, whoever is a creative cannot become innovators, and whoever is innovative cannot become entrepreneur. There's a three different genres, please understand. It is very important that a painter is very creative in his nature. He makes a painting, a beautiful painting. Still so many people are there, painters, they are not able to manage their 3 times food. Why? They are creative. Why can't they become rich? No, please. It's not just a painting can be sold in the market. You need to make a proper bordering for that. You need to make a proper marketing for it. Okay? Then only you can sell it in the market. So there is something called as a creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurial spirit. Then only you are going to become a good businessman and entrepreneur. That is very important. Okay, just everybody has an idea today, but every idea cannot be converted as a product. Please understand. Until unless you don't channelize it in the right way, the idea will not be converted as a product or a process, and we cannot sell it in the market. So today we need ideas which can be sold in the market. That is very important. What makes a difference? For example, based on my study, and even maybe like if you just see the Forbes magazine, okay, 99% of the startups in India close within 1 year span of time. Just within a 1 year span of time, the 99% of the startups closes today. What would be the reason for it? One of the biggest reason is people are creative. Indians are very creative. Okay, we have a wonderful ideas. Okay, but we fail to market it. We lack that kind of business skills. Are you able to get the point? We can observe so many times you find a WhatsApp videos, so many times you find a videos, there are small kids are going to do wonderful things, but why nobody knows about them? Because they have a creativity, okay, but they lack innovation and try to bring it as a product today in the market. That is what we require as a people. And it does not require any kind of maybe greater things. It requires just channelization. There is support required. If you are working for, or maybe if you are in the university or in the college has to support for it for a student. That we are going to discuss later. That is incubation and all those things. But one thing is that kind of spark has to come from within. Nobody can do it. See, nobody can make you creative until unless you want to. Nobody can maybe convert that creativity to innovation until unless you don't know how to make it. So these are all certain things which need to be maybe like you managed by. You need to go for it. Okay, that's only lead to a successful business. That's what yes, especially in the corporate, maybe like a companies, maybe like a Tesla or maybe big companies, when they talk about any kind of maybe innovation or maybe like entrepreneurship or creativity, one of the biggest challenge what we face in our countries, maybe like for example, this particular thing is going to slide is going to give you example. I don't want to give you this particular maybe slide. Just read this or maybe like just see this particular slide. I'll be explaining. So many times what happens, we have a lot of constraints whenever you want to do anything. See, example, you study MBA, BCA, MCA, and you have a lot of ideas, but everything cannot be accepted in the companies because organization has its own restrictions. So many times the student I know that, okay, so many people or alumni call me and say that, sir, so companies don't really expect or maybe like take our ideas. Why should we work? What happens to our MBA or MCA or whatever we study and we learn so many maybe like managerial skills, but they never utilize us because they have their own constraints. Please understand. Are you able to get the point? Why somebody has to turn as an entrepreneur? Why you cannot work in a company and be an entrepreneur? What makes a difference? Why? Because there is always a restrictions on that. Please understand. There is a capital constraints. No company is ready to invest on your idea by spending maybe like 10 crores, 20 crores, 50 crore rupees. That cannot be possible, until unless you don't prove it. Even you prove it also, one of the biggest problem is return on investment. I spend maybe like 20 crore rupees on your idea. When I'm going to expect as a return? If you're not able to prove it, then companies don't really. Big companies don't want to take a risk in this kind of situations. Okay, so many people are involved in the decision. So automatically what happens, your ideas are going to be totally turned and it will become as what used to be a normal idea. Again, they will go back to the same mode of mentality. So what happens if you want to maybe like be independent? One of the biggest thing is you need to start early with entrepreneurship. You have to start your own ideas. sorry to say this word, okay, it's not my word, okay, what makes a difference between a maybe like salaried person as a businessman or an entrepreneur? Salaried person is always like a monkey, like me. I'm a salaried person. I'm always like a monkey, you know. If you go in front of the monkey and if you just keep a 500 rupees note or 1 kg of peanut, obviously I will take for a peanut. The peanut is a salary. But a real intelligent person, what they will do, you know, they will take the 500 rupees and from the 500 rupees they can get 5 kg of maybe like what of peanut. Similar way, what happens as a businessman or an entrepreneur, whenever you start your business, you know, you cannot or you are not going to feed your own family. You are going to feed the entire fraternity. At least you are going to feed 10 to 20 families. You are going to serve the nation in a better way. Okay, you are going to show or you are going to become independent. You are going to have a lot of independence towards your creativity that cannot be expected in the company. Okay, so if you need to be maybe like more and more maybe like whatever independent, yes, you should have a creativity, innovation and entrepreneurial spirit. That is very, very important. Yes, when we talk about maybe like a lot of people out there, maybe Ratan Tata, okay, or maybe like Henry Ford, all those people always say that you need to always look for what is the requirement of the people, what they want. Today, Reliance is so famous. Why? Because it is able to reach the root of the country. Please understand. There is a difference is there. Businessmen always try to be rich, but as an entrepreneur, never try to be rich. Try to be big. That is very, very important. What is the difference between being rich and big? Ratan Tata may not be richest in the country, but he is a big in the country. Please understand. What do you mean by big? Everybody knows the name of the Ratan Tata. The Tata groups everywhere is there. If tomorrow Tata groups comes to a Bangalore and if it asks that we need 500 acres of land, I don't think any government is going to deny that particular requirement because that is a name what they hold in the market. That's a goodwill what they hold in the market. That is what we require today. Are you able to understand? So today to become an entrepreneur, one thing is very important. You need to always think big. Okay, try to be big. In order to become big, it is very important that you need to understand small things in the market. Small things in the market. What are the small things? Every customers are unhappy with their existing products. Please understand. Everybody wants something different. Until unless you don't understand it, you cannot really innovate and try to become big. Okay? So everybody has a car, but everybody has their own requirement. Until unless you don't understand the requirement, you cannot. So that is what we call it as innovation. That is very, very important for any businessman, okay, or for any young people. One of the biggest problem with maybe like people who are businessmen who is already in the business for 25 to 30 years, okay, at the age of 40, 45, they have money, okay, they have experience, but they lack one thing, creativity. Please understand. They lack creativity, okay, it cannot be bought. But as a young people, you have one of the biggest strength. That is nothing but creative. You are very, very creative. The way you think, I cannot think. Most of the advertisements today you find, okay, a lot of advertisements are very creative. Who will do it? The age group of 18 to 25 are the people who really make these kind of ads today in the market. Direction and all other factors that others are going to take it. But the idea comes from them. Today, any Apple you take it, okay? Maybe like Google you take it. 45% of the employees in a Google are not graduates. Are you able to get the point? They are not graduates. They have started their engineering and they dropped. They started their diploma and they dropped. But they are working for a Google, such a big company in the world. $1 billion company. Why? Because they are creative. Apple, 65% of the Apple campus is only for leisure. It has swimming pool, theaters, okay, just for a playground. 65% of the place is not covered with any official requirement. It's only for leisure. That's a working culture in campus. Why? Because it's to make up people more and more creative and innovative. Okay, so that is very, very important today. We need to be innovative. Whenever you are creative and innovative, anybody is going to take you. Okay, that is what we require today in the young, maybe the generation. When we talk about any kind of innovation, we always say that, okay, see example here, a lot of technical and non-technical students are there, okay. We cannot always produce, but can we process it? Yes, wonderful. Why, see example, today certain companies are there, they are having its own name, Amazon. Have you seen Amazon producing any product? Never. Okay, Ola owns any car? No, now only they started. Okay, maybe like Oyo, do they have any kind of real estate? No. McD, okay, they say that McDonald's, they always say that we are not into hotel business or we are not into restaurant or food, we are into real estate. Because the world's largest chain of restaurants, McD will hold. Okay, what it says, we need not to always focus on product innovation. Don't think about it. Okay, it may not be easy, but are you able to think at least about process? How can we deliver the product faster? Today, why we go for a Pizza Hut? What makes a difference between going for a Pizza Hut and something else? Why? Because the process, how they exactly maybe they providing that particular services. Delivery, can we increase the delivery? Reduce the delivery time. Somebody is able to provide the same service in 30 minutes. I'm going to give it in a 20 minutes. What makes a difference between HDFC Bank and others? Service, nothing else. Why people go for that? It's just for service. How exactly you going to position? See, so many companies are there, they say we never produce, we just market. Nike, Adidas. How many production plants you have seen in India? The Nike and Adidas. Have you seen any board Adidas manufacturing unit? Nike manufacturing unit? They are not into manufacturing. Anybody can manufacture, please understand. They are only into research and what we call it as marketing. That is very important. There your innovation skills are required, the way you market it. Okay? In US, Reebok has started introducing the sports equipments, gym equipments. How they are advertising, they are advertising with the bars in the maybe like metros where two dumbbell or dummy dumbbells are kept on that, where it looks exactly like what we call it as maybe like weighing machine or maybe like what we call it as weighing bars. That is the way they innovate. It means one or the way we need to position ourselves in the minds of the customer, minds of the people. So innovation need not be only with products. One of the biggest myths in our country and with the youth is we are not technical students. We are not from IIT. We are not from maybe like what we call it as engineers. So we cannot really think about entrepreneurship. We cannot really start a business. Why? Because we don't have any technical skills. Not required. Today anybody can produce, please understand, but everybody cannot sell. That selling or marketing is a capability of innovation. Okay, how you are able to do it differently, that makes innovation. Okay, lot of companies are there, they have started with packaged coconut, packaged tender coconut, maybe like water today, they have started. How they are able to do it? Are you able to understand? Okay, tender coconut. Okay, they started with the packaged tender coconut. That is called innovation, where they have not done something different. It is same tender coconut. Okay, they have filtered it and they have poured it in the particular maybe like Tetra Pak and they are selling it in the market for 35-40 rupees, 100 ml or 50-70 ml. It's much more costlier than Coke or Pepsi. Still, they are running the business because they have made that kind of maybe processing towards that. So innovation need not to be what we call it as only product oriented. It can be product oriented, process oriented, or you can position yourself with the advertisements or one of the best maybe like what we call it as promotional activities, so that you are able to maybe like manage the innovations. Okay. When we talk about innovation, creativity and a business incubation, very important requirements. Okay, one thing is there is something called incubations are very important. Yes, so many young entrepreneurs in our country are a youngest age group of 10-12. They just suppress their ideas, creativity because they don't have any support. They lack support. There is something called as some energy, some oxygen is required for the young people. Who can support it? Again, the society. Again, the parents, very important. When some small kid is going to, or maybe like small, maybe like a young kid is going to do something new, there is appreciation required. Unless you don't appreciate, automatically they are not able to develop that kind of skill. That is very important. Okay, or maybe like a 3-year or 4-year baby is going to write something on the paper. I know that it is not right. I know that it is not proper. Still, we are going to clap for the baby. You know why? When you clap, it's going to do that work again and again. It's going to motivate the particular maybe the kid. If you just say that it is what is this, it's a nonsense you have written, automatically it's going to suppress that particular idea, suppress their particular motivation, and they never do it in their life. So one thing is very important, that is what we call the incubation. Okay, what exactly the incubation means. Okay, when we talk about incubation, providing the facilities for the entrepreneurs or maybe like who want to be an entrepreneurs with financial and non-financial requirement. It may be infrastructure facilities, it may be any kind of maybe like machines, it can be fund requirements, or it can be a mentoring requirement, or providing a consultancy. These are all called as a business incubation requirement. Are you able to get the point? So many times we have ideas, but we don't have money. What will do? Should I kill my idea because I don't have money? No. I have a money, I have idea, but I don't know how to process with that. Are you able to get the point? See, example, everything is in our kitchen, but can we make biryani out of that? No, because I don't know the process of making biryani. So there should be somebody who teach me how to make biryani. I have all the spices, everything is there in my kitchen, but everybody cannot make biryani. Why? Because there is something called as consultancy, some mentoring is required. That is what the business incubation is going to do. Okay? It's very, very important that we need to hold the hand of the particular person or a young entrepreneurs who want to be like turn their ideas into a product or a process. Slowly, stage by stage, we need to hold their hand and convert their ideas to a product or a process and a business. Then that is called as a business incubation. Okay? Yes, this is a wonderful picture. The baby is your idea. Please understand. What I'm showing here as a baby is your idea. Whenever you have idea is always delicate. Please understand. Always maybe like we need to develop that kind of immunity for that particular idea. How maybe like when the baby is maybe like little big, incubated with
Srinivas sir? Sir, you are able to join back? Sir, are you able to join back? Hello, Srinivas sir? Hello, sir, are you able to join back, Srinivas sir? Hello, yes sir. Sir, another 4 minutes left out. So we will conclude this session. You can just tell the participants conclude this session, and again I will share the link. Yeah. Sir, over to you. Sir.
No problem, no problem.
Yeah, yeah. So the voice is breaking actually. Voice is breaking.
Just got. Hello.
So the voice is breaking actually. Voice is breaking. Hello, dear participants. Some problem we are facing from the speaker side. He's not able to connect some Wi-Fi connectivity. Anyway, this session will get over in another 3 minutes. So I request you all. I'll share the link. I request you all to join back. Sir, we will conclude this session and we'll join back. I'll share the link for all the participants. They can join back in that link, sir, in another 2-3 minutes. Srinivas, sir?
Shalini ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Shalini ma'am, how we can share the link?
Yeah, ma'am.
Through mail only?
Yeah.
Put it into chat box.
Yeah, we will share in
Okay.
the groups. We'll share in the groups, class groups. We will share it.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Just-
because the session is going to get over in another 2 minutes. We'll conclude the session and share the link one more time.
Okay.
Okay, thank you all. Please join back for the next session also.
This was a free. This was a free session sponsored by teamwear.com. Teamwear sessions are free of charge for personal use. We would like you. ಇದು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಲೇ ಇದು